And welcome to the City of Isani City Council meeting for Wednesday, August 3rd. I'd like to call this meeting to order. If we could all rise for Pledge Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Doing roll call, all council members are present. Is there any public comment at this time? Nobody that'd like to speak in public comment? Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda? We do have a revised agenda. We're adding F1, which is the mayor's proclamation of Grace McCallum Day, adding K4, a resolution approving a conditional use permit for the site modification to allow outdoor storage containers for BP metals, and we'll be renumbering K5, a resolution approving the amendment to the 2022 budget, and adding K6, collaborative Highway 65 billboard discussion. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda with those adjustments?
Motion to adopt the agenda with the added items.
Second.
Motion to adopt the agenda with the added addendum by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Burgley. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Adding F1 was the mayor proclamation for Grace McCallum Day. Everybody remembers last year we honored that young lady. She will be in town for the August 13th street dance. I'd like to honor her again. And that proclamation reads as follows. Whereas Grace McCallum won an Olympic silver medal on July 25th, 2021 in Tokyo Olympic Gymnastic Women's Artistic Team All-Around Competition. Whereas McCallum was the first known Isani resident to medal in the Olympics. Whereas McCallum and her teammates trained throughout unprecedented adversity, including the COVID-19 pandemic, and competing in venues without fans or live audience. Whereas McCallum has made the city, state, and county proud by adding her name to the extraordinary list of U.S. Olympians that have won a medal at the Summer Games. Whereas the City of Isani recognizes the hard work and dedication of Grace McCallum to her sport and representing the USA with honor. Now therefore, I, Jeff Johnson, Mayor for the City of Isani, do hereby proclaim that August 7th, 2022 shall be observed as the second annual Grace McCallum Day. And again, she will be at the street dance in attendance. I'd like to present this to her again. I did ask the staff to come up with something creative, which I would believe they did, and we'll honor Miss McCallum again. So I urge all the residents to come out for that street dance. It should be a good one. Like every other one is, but this one will be even better. Approval of the city council minutes for July 19th, which was a regular meeting of city council. July 19th, a committee of a whole meeting, and July 19th, a budget work session.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Burgley and a second by Councilman Lundin. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Announcements. Committee of a whole will be Tuesday, August 16th at 5 p.m. City Council will be Tuesday, August 16th as well at 7 p.m. with a Planning Commission meeting August 16th immediately following that City Council meeting. Any council committee reports? All right, none being said, we'll move on to the business items. K1, ordinance amending Chapter 227, parking and storage. Ms. Wood.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. There was discussion held on May 17th as well as on June 21st to discuss parking along one side of Unity Boulevard between First Avenue and Third Avenue. And it was decided upon that it would be on the south side would be no parking. Right? Did I say that right? Yes. Would be no
You're
parking. The posted ordinance draft has been posted for the required 10 days, and staff is recommending approval of this.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Burgley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Moving on to K2, ordinance amending the city zoning code ordinance, section 6, articles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, under special regulation. Stephanie.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We have an ordinance amendment amending the city zoning code ordinance, section 6, articles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, under special regulations to include the word metal as an allowed roofing material. This was, a public hearing was held by the Planning Commission on July 19th, and they recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Gordon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. K3, Resolution 2022 approving site plans and conditional use permit for a Dairy Queen restaurant with drive-through facilities and outdoor patio located at 285 Fifth Avenue Northeast. Stephanie.
Good evening again. This is a resolution approving the site plans and conditional use permit for the Dairy Queen restaurant with a drive-through facility and outdoor patio located at 280 Fifth Avenue Northeast. A public hearing was held by the Planning Commission on July 19th, and they recommend approval. They did inform us of a few changes made to the site plan, which have been included on your chairs tonight. They just have moved the location of the patio to the west side of from the east side to the southwest corner of the restaurant, and made a few changes to alleviate some of the congestion of the parking and the directions, and increase the flow through the parking lot, which we believe actually are better for the site plan. But otherwise, everything is the same as was approved by the Planning Commission.
Was that also adding that second sign?
The sign was moved back as requested, and both signs are on here.
Okay, I mean, so I
as
mean, 'cause
allowed.
there was
Yes.
conflict about having the two signs, since there was one out towards 65 and then the one off of wherever that street is there.
Yeah,
I don't think it was conflict, it was just that it was too close to the,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it was moved back 10 feet.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Second.
motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Collison. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Now we added K4, resolution approving a conditional use permit for site modification to allow outdoor storage containers for BP metals.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Burgley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-1. We renumbered K5, which was a resolution approving amendment to the 2022 budget. Jordan.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So we have a request to amend the budget for 2022 with the farmer's market leaving the city purview. We wanted to take the $2,200 that was in that budget and move it over to our programming event budget, so we could maybe use those funds for kind of beefing up some of our upcoming events. One thought we had was for the Family Day at Legacy Park to purchase some small pumpkins with some painting kits to hand out to kids. They'd bring them home, paint them, take pictures, send them into our Facebook page, and then have a contest, like people vote on which pumpkin they like best and do a little giveaway. Or adding bounce houses to our Family Summer Event Series to kind of beef up what we have for offerings at those, because right now it's just kind of the one show from 7 to 8 p.m. So we're trying to add on to those events to make them more appealing for people to come check out.
Is that an annual budget of 2,200? So,
I think we set that aside specifically for the farmer's market, so it just goes back in the
Right.
general park and
but
rec
is
budget.
it that much every year?
The budget has, sorry. you can-
So the 2,200 is a line item in the budget for the farmer's market. We have no expenditures in that account because it's left, and we will not have any expenditures, so the request is just to modify this 2022 budget. And you're just moving the $2,200 from one account into.
So we're deleting the line item and that's putting it in a
And putting it into
generalized
programming.
budget.
And putting it into programming. Those are separate line
Program.
items, yep.
But
Okay.
is that, my question, have we done it in other years? When we on the farmer's market at the liquor store?
We use that money quite thoroughly each year we
Each
have the
year?
farmer's market, yep.
So this is something that you could do annually with what he's asking? That's my question.
Oh, yeah, it could be done annually, but this request would only apply to 2022.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Motion to approve.
I would,
Second.
before we vote on it real quick, but the fire department does have a bounce house too, so you might want to talk to them about it. It wouldn't cost you any money, but.
We are partnering with them for the August 30th event, and they will be bringing a fire truck and a bounce house there.
Perfect.
I just have one question. I don't get how this relates to the farmer's market. What happened to the farmer's market?
We gave it back to the community. You were here that
Oh,
day.
that's right. I remember that now. I forgot. Sorry. You're right.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Collison. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Did I cover them all? Nope. Adding K6, a collaborative Highway 65 billboard discussion.
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. So I put before you an image that was a mock draft of what was sent over to me from the County Administrator, Ms. Julia Lyons. She sent us an email, and she said the International Thought Leaders Network team, which I believe is the ones who bring the Orange Frog program, had offered to pay for a billboard on Highway 65 when one comes available with multiple organizations, as you can see the mock layout before you. It would be at no cost to the city, and she's asking if all three cities within Isani County, Cambridge, Isani, and Brand, would like to have their logo on there as participating. She believes that this billboard will promote the initiative and communication, and communicate community support and the initiatives that they've had with the Orange Frog program. So I'm seeking discussion on this, and I don't have a timeline of when this would go up, but seeking discussion and possible vote if we do want to put our logo on this billboard. Thank you.
I think that I've heard more complaints about the county spending money on the Orange Frog program than I've heard positives.
Yeah.
Oh, is my mic on?
No, you're just not in the mic.
Oh, sorry. I said I've heard more negative comments around town about the money spent on the Orange Frog program than.
So I don't know if you guys watched that meeting. I wasn't present, but I did watch it. There was one commissioner that voted against that Orange Frog. Otherwise, the rest of them were, yeah, let's do it. And it was a waste of money in my mind, so I can't get behind this either.
Yeah,
I
even
think
if we
the
get
county
free, I'm not.
wasted money.
Yeah, I can't support it.
No interest at all in doing anything with them on that, yeah.
I'm on the same page as you guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, no.
I mean, they deleted the amount of money that they were gonna originally request for their
They
Orange
did
Frog.
lessen it, I'll give you that, but
But
still,
it's
that money
with
could have
its
went
future to
into
come
a
back
lot
up
better
higher,
places.
And that's,
We're not perfect, but by all means, I don't think we would have fumbled like that.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, for the discussion. I'll inform Ms. Lyons that we appreciate the offer, but respectfully decline.
Thank you, ma'am. You can step forward if you'd like, ma'am. I will gladly put you on record as well. Just state your name and address for the record if you wouldn't mind, and say your piece, and we'll go forward.
I'm Rochelle Knight, and I state that I do not approve of the Orange Frog. I've driven in Isani County for 20 years, and I think that money could have gone for actually transportation instead of what they're putting it towards.
Ms. Knight, could you please say your address for the record, please?
32360 Wake Street, Cambridge.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. That makes me tingly all over that we went unanimous, and then a resident steps in. Yeah. I watched that meeting, and one county commissioner was like, nope, we shouldn't do that. And the rest of them, oh, yeah, let's do it. And that commissioner is present at this time. So pat that gentleman on the back if you don't, yeah, he's right next to you.
Give him a proclamation.
Did I miss anything, Ms. Wood?
That is all for business items. Thank you.
Anything in the agenda, the consent agenda we need to discuss, gentlemen?
I just, maybe you're gonna bring that up, but on the cropland lease, is that, were we talking about that at EDA tonight, or what's going on with that?
We are talking it at both the EDA and the city because it is city and EDA-owned land. Both boards need to approve.
Why is it less than it was the year before? I mean, is there a reason for that, or?
The bid is really based on it's a bidding opportunity. So this year, it is 15 less acres because we did reduce the amount due to platting those 4 parcels.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Can I one, on L5 there, sorry guys, but, so Mike, we had budgeted for that server like 12,000, right, and it ended up being 25. What was the reason we had such a difference there and double the cost of what we were planning?
Yeah, the big difference is the 12,000 was based on an actual quote a couple of years ago, and
A couple of years ago,
yeah,
now everything skyrocketed.
it is remarkable how much
Double
that
the
co-
price, huh?
It is, yeah. A big part of it is supply chain stuff, and a big part of it is the availability of semiconductors. And if you have
So it's not like we're
semiconductors, you get to charge a premium.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not like we're just buying something
No.
extra special that we weren't planning on or anything.
No, well, there's a couple other things. Is one, we are at the end of the useful life of the server in the sense that we will no longer be able to have a warranty going forward. In 6 months or whatever, 7 months, whatever it is. 7 years is as long as they will go. You can give them any price, they will not give you a warranty beyond that.
I
And at
thought
that-
you were saying we couldn't get a warranty at all. I was like, wait a minute, what?
No, 7 years is the max, and that's what we would propose
Okay.
on this. But if we go without a warranty, we're taking some extra risk if we do that. Excuse me. Gosh, now I forgot what my other point was on that.
You were on the warranty. So that was one thing you said was,
Oh, the other
costs
part-
went up,
The
warranty.
other part is this is a substantially larger server. We are, since, when did we start recording in 2019? Yeah, so prior to that, when we bought the last server, we were not putting any video on the server at all, and video takes up a huge amount of space. So this new server is gonna have to be substantially larger. We're gonna have considerably more memory on that. So that plays a part too, but
is that what's
The-
slowing our
the-
video
the-
down is
the
not a
big-
lot of room?
what's that?
When we started in 2019, I remember hearing, I believe it was Jaden and Katie both saying it was so slow to download or upload. Was that because of the memory?
Well, that was uploading into YouTube, and that's just a function of YouTube.
Okay.
But on the current server, we're down
Maybe
in-
they need a new server, I don't know.
That could be. But on the current server, we're down under 10% for available memory. So we're getting to that window where we got to kind of make a move pretty quick.
I mean, it looked like we'd gotten a second price from Dell or whatever, but it was even higher, but, I mean, is there another dealer like that White Bear that,
So White Bear IT Solutions, Jim is the one who spec'd the quote for 25, and so my first thought was, well, okay, I'm gonna do it. I've got the specs. I'm gonna go and just go straight to Dell. And before I could even complete the specs, I was already at 34,000.
Oof.
So yeah, it
but I
kind
mean,
of
could
is
we
what.
go to some other IT firm and, I mean, if they were able to do it for less than Dell, then maybe a different IT firm could do it for less than what White Bear did.
We can ask another firm. My suspicion is that Jim probably got the price that he did as an IT firm, as a wholesaler service provider.
Right.
And so he's probably getting the discount that anybody else would get directly from Dell. Because you wouldn't want to buy, like you wouldn't want to go to like Newegg or Tiger Direct, because anything on there is almost certainly going to have been had added memory after the fact. As soon as that's done after the fact, not from HP, you lose any warranty options. So you really can only get from HP, ultimately. So, and it's also, this is the type of thing where this isn't the kind of thing that you can go to Best Buy. This is, you are picking custom specs that fit your organization. So this isn't the kind of thing that is ever off the shelf either.
You're comfortable with it anyway, huh?
I wish it wasn't 25,000, but I don't see another way to do better, unfortunately.
Well, that's all I had.
Any other questions? I do gotta state that I don't think the staff frivolously spends. I think they would find the best deal for the city. I don't think they're out there trying to buy expensive stuff if it's not needed, so. I would agree with you, Mike. You don't wanna pay $25,000, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, let's hope stuff starts going down, for sure. Do I have a motion to adopt that consent agenda?
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Burgley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. We do have a closed session to discuss labor law negotiation strategy pursuant to Minnesota Statute 13D.03. I am going to have to ask anybody that is not city staff to exit the room, and we'll call you back in when we're through.